If there was a QR code on my tombstone, I would just want it to go to the McDonald's website.
There we go.
Is your order?
just
gosh.
Like, oh,
Add
what
to cart.
I'm going to ask you in the panel on Sunday, Lindsay, this question, what you would want.
What if you had
Okay,
a
I'll
link
come
to,
up with a new answer.
What if you had a link to your perfect meal, what you would order?
Yeah.
And then,
Your
boom,
chef.
There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Double cheeseburger plain,
Go on.
McChicken, or chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Fry, Coke
I can
Zero.
tell Lindsay hasn't had lunch.
So hungry. We're going to eat after this.
Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode 477. A super special episode. This marks the last bit of coverage for RTX 2022, and I'm going out on a good note. A twofer. Two guests for the price of one episode. Making a grand but deserving appearance. Deserving? No, I'm not worthy. Elyse Willems and making her return, Lindsey Washburn. I so happy to have chatted with them in person. And I remember telling Lindsay that, Elyse was somebody that I've been wanting to talk to for years. And the fact that not only was she there, but also Lindsay was just mind blown. Happy, so happy, fantastic, phenomenal day. And I'm sad that my RTX coverage is over. But I'm happy that I recorded it. So everybody sit back, relax, and Elyse and Lindsay, take it away.
Old. Yeah, it's from... No, this one's just Canon mini DV.
It was a choice. I promise you that we have better technology at Funhaus.
Oh yeah, this is my personal camera that I was like, this will be funny. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I used to sell mini DV cameras back in the day.
Oh really?
So, yeah, I'm very...
I bought it from a Best Buy.
I worked at a Best Buy.
Yeah, that's where I bought it from.
Yeah, the universal chargers they barely worked. Anyway, we're already going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's already going. It's on.
That's great DV talk here.
Yeah, mini DV.
Here's the thing. You wanted to go SP because LP would just degrade your video quality.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what this one was.
It depends what setting you pop it in.
I don't know.
It
We'll
could probably
find-
do both.
Find out in the digitization.
Yes,
I will.
exactly.
Yeah.
When I rip it later.
Okay, I don't want to go on a tangent of mini DV, but I would get
yeah.
into an argument with this guy who was just like, mini DVs are horrible. And I'm just like, but it's uncompressed video.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
It's the next trajectory.
Did you say
Exactly.
LP or SP?
You always want to go SP.
SP.
That's standard
Oh, it's
play.
an SP.
You're good.
Well,
I knew that 9 years ago, apparently.
That guy sounds like a real piece of work, Chris, and I'm sorry you had to...
I don't talk to him. I don't talk to him much, but it's
Oh.
okay. It's my dad. No, I'm just kidding. No. How's it going? It's RTX. It's
RTX.
It's the first day.
Well, we just had a thorough conversation about the DV...
the mini DV.
the mini DV camera
Camera that I
we
brought.
have, so it's going great.
I was gonna say, is it uphill or is it all downhill from there?
From there. Honestly, it's Friday afternoon, so it's still way uphill, I think. There's so much more to do this weekend. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I just got here. I feel like I've already I've just been running around. This is the first day.
Yeah, we just went to our first panel as not participants, but observers.
I participated a little bit.
And very valuable
Thank you.
participation, the Funhaus editing panel.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was a very fun panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really learn much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, you're already a pro.
I get a little rusty. And Lindsay still edits stuff regularly.
Yeah. I get to choose what I
Yeah.
edit, though. And so I feel like I'm in a very privileged position as an editor at Funhaus because I go, I can edit this. I will edit this.
Yeah.
So
I have a 4-week window. I'm gonna knock it out.
Yeah.
That's how I like to cut things.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Every time I see one of your videos, and I know you guys are talking about the editing, like I'm just too afraid to do it. Even with cow chop stuff, I was like, I can't do that. No.
To edit?
Yeah, I'm so afraid.
Just takes practice doing it.
It does, and
Yeah.
I don't know how things were for you coming to Cow Chop Lindsey because you were already a pretty seasoned editor, I think, prior to that. But Funhaus was the first time that I took a job where I was editing regularly. I cut 2 videos a week and was really not like a super versed editor compared to somebody like, say, Charlotte, who I think is like excellent in After Effects and just a pro. I'm like, I have a degree in political science. I'm all like self-taught in everything that I do. And it was really daunting.
Yeah.
Because our style is sometimes a bit is failing and you got to
save it in the edit.
The animation, whatever you're doing. And I would find like tricks and things that I would be like, okay, well, I know that I can't make this pro After Effects edit the way that I would want to, especially in the time that I have. But I can write a little joke here on the screen.
Yeah.
I can have a sign in this Photoshop that I think is going to make people laugh, and that will be the bridge I gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gap I bridge. Oh my
the
god.
gap I bridge. The bridge. Well, it's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time watching your previous edits or like any few early videos?
No, because you know what? I think that at every stage of my experience, I just did the best that I could at that time. And I am continuously looking back being like, I've learned so much since then. Mm-hmm. So I'm never embarrassed by anything that I have edited. I'm more embarrassed by if I was in something and I go, oh yeah, I don't want to be looking at that. But no, editing, it's like, wow, look at what I did when I didn't know that much.
I feel the exact same way. You hit the nail on the head. I look back and I think, wow, I learned so much from doing that edit, or I've come so far. But the cringe stuff comes from watching yourself
watching yourself.
Yeah.
No, otherwise it's like, wow, I don't know. You can just see the ambition, I think.
Yeah.
When I look at past stuff.
Okay. And just, kind of talking about the cringe stuff, not too much, but I'm just very interested in comedy, how it's evolved over the years and how you guys have been able to evolve with it. Is that always a struggle? Like when you're editing and just like, that joke's so 2 years ago, we gotta nix it. Or is it just like, let's keep hanging on this 2-year-old joke. It's going to come back. It'll be fine. The 90s are back. Oh. It'll be good.
Yeah, I think sometimes when society itself is tough and there's not, if we were all accepting and loving toward everyone, I think it would be easier to make jokes that maybe are a little bit more raunchy or poke fun. But when actual people are getting targeted and hurt, I think it's more difficult to say, well, we were making that joke as a parody or a commentary. It gets tougher. So that definitely weighs on me.
I think it's easier and more acceptable to make a joke that is, I guess, derogatory towards yourself.
Yes.
Or
punching up.
Yeah, punching up. That is, I think, more acceptable as well. But yeah, when you're sort of like, I'm the target of this joke, so I can also make this joke.
Yeah, and I think especially as women, you walk a fine line with self-deprecation.
We can say anything. No,
fact.
You do, but you also walk a fine line of self-deprecation because you're also telling the audience how they can treat you.
Yeah.
Too in that sometimes, because I think some people aren't in on the joke. They don't realize this is a woman and she's making that self-deprecating joke, but gosh, she's funny making that. I think some people just they go,
yeah, haha, bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, hang on.
Yeah. Hold up.
Wait a second.
I was the funny one here. Yeah. So it's that tightrope that you're constantly walking.
Okay. And, just kind of one of the things I've been asking everybody that I chat with, obviously the pandemic was what it was and we're still going through it, whatever. That's stuff. Mm-hmm. Was it, obviously it was hard for you guys, I'm assuming, just creating, being at home. And I know you guys have been vocal about this isn't fun for me right now or fun for any of you guys. But is it nice kind of going back to the office and seeing each other? Or was it weird at first?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's looking at me. So, I mean, Here's what I'd say. I think that it was detrimental in a lot of ways to what we do as a team and like just the quality of our content, videos and jokes. There was a certain aspect of it where like life was a little bit easier personally as far as not giving so much of your time to work because you don't have to do the commute and you can maybe get something extra done while you're at home. But it was also detrimental mentally. Like, I don't have a social life. This sucks. So I think in general, it wasn't the best. And I do value going back into the office and doing the content there. We're not going to do it any other way as long as we can now. But, you know, sometimes I miss like rolling out of bed at 8:55 and then just sitting at my desk. And I get to do that some days, but not every day.
I think it's striking the right balance now. And also just in terms of chemistry, we had a lot of new people join our team during that time. And you can't forge that chemistry when you're not in person. And there's that physical back and forth that I think you just need no matter what. I will say there were struggles during that time, and obviously not comparable to people's real struggles, but just stuff where like we had to bring all of our technology, our setups into our homes, and we're up until 9 p.m. at night trying to get our audio splitting software voice meter to troubleshoot. Though it's just such a great energy in our office now and so much fun. Yeah. But I do think just to prevent future burnout, giving people those options of if you want to edit from home this day, this week, go for it.
And we often do have those options of hybrid work
and now. As limiting as recording at home was, I do think that for a lot of channels like ours, we came out with different innovative ways of doing things. Like, for example, we made this video that John Smith spearheaded, Peanut Butter Robot, which was based on the classic experiment of...
Elyse says Peanut Butter Robot one more time.
I bring it up all the time.
He brings it up all the time.
I bring it up constantly. And he made this, and to anyone that's unfamiliar, it's basically when you're programming an AI, you have to program every step of... that they would execute to the minutia. And so we did this video that it was brilliant, and John's in his kitchen and we are all on Discord and we have to tell him step by step how to make a peanut butter sandwich. And so of course someone says, you know, put peanut butter on. And then John puts peanut butter on himself because we didn't say take a knife.
Or he puts like the jar on the plate.
So
we did have him turn the stove on, though. But light yourself on fire.
We did that, and it was so great, and it was due to the constrictions of the at-home order. But at the same time, gosh, we could take that and we could do such a great up-produced version in our studio now that maybe it would have never occurred to us before to do.
Yeah.
And so there's those little silver linings, I think.
Those nuggets come out, and it's like, ooh, okay, I'm going to talk about this every day I can.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I've just been I've been a hermit. I have not coming to RTX is huge. I'm like,
was it daunting?
It's very. I'm afraid sometimes. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna hang out in a hotel room.
I had a lot of anxiety before this too.
Same
this week.
Yeah.
But you made it. We're here.
I'm triple vaxxed, and I don't tell people that because I don't want to. People are like, hey, let's go hang out. No. I want to hang out.
For the audio listeners, we are at the other end of a long hallway.
Yes.
It's a 50-foot cable, auxiliary cord.
I was thinking of bringing my 50-foot cables and just because I didn't know the space of the room, but I was like, you know what?
This feels good. Fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it feels great.
Okay, perfect. It's funny because doing these, they're very free form. I like to do it for you. I don't really have any huge questions. I do have a story for Elyse. It was all the way back in 2015.
Oh no!
I know. It was the first time Funhaus was at here at RTX, and I didn't know you.
I don't think I was an employee.
You were not.
I wouldn't have been. Yeah,
because I remember I was standing in line when Funhaus had their own booth.
I wouldn't have been. Yeah.
Well, so you were standing at the very back of the line because it was a huge line. You were just talking with people and blah blah. But I recognized you from game trailers because there was a Shenmue 3 announcement that
Mike Huber.
I'm a huge Shenmue fan. Still haven't played the fifth.
I apologize.
I love Shenmue.
I'm just kidding because we like
played the new one though.
We like to rip on Huber, and obviously Funhaus has their own history with Shenmue,
which is fair. It's totally that game. Yeah. But you were so nice and just answering people's questions. And I remember I was like, "Oh, it's hi, how are you?" And I had no idea you were married to James at all. Like that's just how fresh.
She didn't either.
You didn't, yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me every day.
I was like, no, his name's James Williams, not Willems. They're, they're totally different.
Thank you for watching trailers.
Oh yeah, for sure. But there was this moment where we were talking. I was like, oh, and then you were just being very nice. And I was like, I'd give you a hug, but I'm sweaty. And you were like, I am too. And you're Elyse Way. And then we hugged, and then that was it. Never saw again.
And then you went, wow, she was really sweaty. She wasn't kidding.
No, but that was just something that was just so nice. Lindsay, I remember seeing you at some of the parties that were here, hanging out. You were talking to a couple
That sounds
of my
about
friends.
right.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the parties.
I remember just being afraid to talk to you because huge Cow Chop fan. But you were so nice to my friends because, they were just like taking all your time, and I was just like, I can't do it. I'm gonna stand up because I'm that guy. I'm like, I don't want to disturb anybody.
That means a lot to me that you remember that.
Oh yeah. No, I don't remember. I remember a lot, but no, those moments are just super special. So
Also, I feel that I never want to disturb anybody
no.
either.
No.
I will go out of my way to be like, I never saw them.
No.
If it means like I don't have to bother them,
And I never
I get it.
Yeah, and I never want to assume that anybody wants to talk to me
Yeah.
here
same.
either.
do you ever just look down and just keep walking or something? Like not in a mean way, but I do that a
will
lot.
Pick up my phone and be
Okay,
like,
perfect. Yeah. Yeah. No, I just don't want to I don't want to disturb anybody.
I don't want to. Yeah.
No.
I don't want
And also
Am I bothering you guys right now? I can go.
well, also there are like lots of fans here, and I don't want anyone to be like, oh, we know who she is. She probably thinks we want to take a photo with her. That's what she's probably she's probably expecting that we're gonna want. We don't care. We don't want to take a photo with her. That's probably what I think.
If they know who you are, though, don't you think they want to?
No, they breeze right by me to Patrick.
See, my
Every time.
My thought is they don't know me. Like I'm just walking around here.
No, they do.
Yeah,
They know you. It's interesting because this is Lindsay's first RTX as Funhaus.
Yes.
yeah.
But she's an old pro at this, but this is a drastically different RTX than the ones you've
It's
been
my first
to.
one as like I guess a Rooster Teeth employee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. The other times I was special guest.
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't let me eat the pizza in the employee room before.
Really?
Mm.
I don't know. I just remember I walked in one time and they were like, "Oh, that's for the like employees."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh," because it's like me with the Cow Chop people.
Yeah.
Because they knew we'd come in there and F shit up.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I remember, lots of pizza going around, but I mean, non-RT people were eating it though.
Last
That's all I'm saying.
RTX,
Scandalous.
Chris Damaris, he pioneered Pizza by Chris.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
where
yes,
he just
yeah.
bought pizzas and then we ran a makeshift pizza stand,
Yeah.
giving them away, not selling them.
Right.
And then I started a side business called Napkins by Elyse.
Yes.
Where
I feel like I remember this.
I was giving maybe you got some pizza.
I think I was there and
Pizza by
I
Chris.
just
Did you
saw
get
you
sick?
guys do.
Because then you
No.
definitely had pizza
I
by
didn't.
Chris.
I didn't know.
Isn't that crazy how, like, would you do that today? Like, take pizza from a random I'm not saying Chris is random, but
Well,
like,
would you?
let's hang on a
I mean,
second.
to
Well,
be
no,
fair.
because it's like, if a bunch of people had already been through there,
Yeah.
like,
No.
it's too risky.
Well, maybe were we talking? No, it
I don't
wasn't.
think I would have even done it before.
No, I probably would have. And I also didn't think anything of, we're manhandling this pizza and giving it
Yeah.
out. But now I just even think about there used to be in the panel rooms pitcher of water and glasses on the desk, and now that's of course gone the way of the dodo because that would be so weird,
Yeah.
Right.
and we would all be self-conscious of like, I'm not going to touch that.
I wouldn't say. I would be like weary, but also proud of the person that did. But I'd be like judging him still, like, you're grabbing that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you're brave, but you're stupid.
Yeah, no, my mom's a nurse, so naturally I was already
You're-
not
yeah.
a germaphobe, but you wash your hands.
Yeah.
Like even before the pandemic, I was like, you wash your hands. I didn't hear the water.
Oh, yeah.
And then so now it's just like, wash your hands.
You ever wash your hands?
Yeah.
You wash your hands. Even my girlfriend, you wash your hands.
So the pandemic must have like hit closer to you on a personal level too, with your mom being in that
I mean, yeah,
field.
it was that thing of where she always puts that fear in me of the worst thing that will happen. So naturally, I'm like, well, okay, that's going to happen. So, and of course, things like that never happen. But still, I have this irrational fear of, oh, well, going to get sick, going to die. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I just won't do it.
Who will delete my social media accounts?
Right?
Me. Who will wipe my hard drives?
That's what I do think about that. Like, who's going to wipe my hard drives? Because I don't really know or care. But it's like, who? That has to be somebody close.
Can I tell you this?
I'm like, who's gonna park my World of Warcraft character somewhere important to me?
No, Lindsay. I don't mean this as a plug. It's just very prevalent in my life. But I make this podcast, 30 Morbid Minutes.
Yes.
And I've thought about like doing that an episode about like social media hygiene and when you die, what happens to your online presence, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Haven't gotten to that episode yet, but I did I've worked on a script about tombstones, the history and evolution of and the future of. And one of the things I came across was now the inclusion, and this is very minor still, but of QR codes on tombstones.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's real?
That you could go to a cemetery, scan your phone on a QR code on someone's tombstone, and it would you'd see videos of the deceased, an obituary. And it seems silly and it seems a little invasive even.
It does.
But it's almost kind of too like it's a weird new, is this the next evolution in memorializing people? Maybe it is. I don't know.
Could you have it programmed to go like to a Spotify Dead playlist?
Well, you could, because that's another thing too, is like a lot of people, in my research, I discovered that musicians might just send you to a playlist or a author might just send you to a list of their accredited works. Like,
if there was a QR code on my tombstone, I would just want it to go to the McDonald's website.
There we go.
Is your order? Oh gosh.
Like,
add to cart.
I'm gonna ask you in the panel on Sunday, Lindsay, this question: what you would want.
What if you had?
Okay, I'll come up with a new answer.
What if you had a link to your perfect meal? What you would order?
Yeah,
boom,
your chef.
There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Double cheeseburger, plain, McChicken, or chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Fry, Coke
I can
Zero.
tell Lindsay hasn't had lunch.
So hungry. We're gonna eat after this.
What would you have yours go to?
Gosh, I don't even know. 30 Morbid Minutes.
There we go. That episode.
Check out my
the QR
podcast.
codes.
Yeah. Probably. I wish I had like a more poignant answer for this, but I don't.
You
That's
can
fine.
reflect.
I wish you took probably what would have been my answer.
I have like a P.D. Pablo song, and that's it. That's it.
Oh, maybe Rickroll people.
Yeah. Oh,
can Rickroll
there we
people.
go. Okay. Yeah. When you're doing 30 Morbid Minutes, is it exhausting thinking of like dark and demented? I'm not saying you do it all the time, but still, is it like, I need Muppets right now because it's too dark?
No. It's weird because I think people do associate me with the Muppets, but I think that other people that also know me well know that I have like a pretty like preternatural fascination with all this, which is hence the origin of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, we always get boiled down to our most one-dimensional aspects, I think, as personalities. And I'm like, oh, I actually really I love horror too. And so for me, it's a rejuvenating outlet because I feel like the things that I do alone, reading the things I read, or I find a Reddit thread that I save because I think it's really cool, I can share it with. And, James, who's kind of my main confidant, he's not super into that stuff. So it's fun, like having that community aspect of it. And then also like when people who I know aren't that into stuff, but they're like, I listened to this episode and I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that even more because you're not innately interested in this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister, my girlfriend's all like true crime, murder.
Oh, yeah.
True crime,
And I'm just like, how do you wake up and listen to, how do you do that in the morning when you're commuting and you're listening to murder and then, hey, I'm going to go teach.
That's tough.
Like that's.
Yeah.
See, that's not like, I do like true crime, but like there's only a limit of what I can take.
Yeah.
Of like, this person was
it's all
murdered.
Real. That's the thing that's weird. Like they have conventions about it.
We did an episode.
That's so weird.
Yeah, we did an episode where I brought up this situation of this cave, the Nutty Putty Cave, where this man was spelunking and he got stuck and they couldn't get him out.
No, I don't want
I'm
people
sorry.
like getting stuck in small caves and just.
So he ended up, because he was upside down, his heart gave out and he passed away. And so now the cave is sealed up and it's effectively his tomb.
Yeah,
and
sealed up with
that
him.
was the hardest episode for me to do because it was the first time where we really zeroed in on like a real person that had something.
It's a personal story.
Yeah. And so that's the stuff I don't love.
Yikes.
But Lindsay, Lindsay needs to spearhead a
I was
reality
gonna say.
TV podcast because that's
She's
what I would
on
listen to that. I don't watch I watch a little bit of reality TV, but I would just listen to you talk about
The
it.
only I watch 2 shows.
What?
I watch The Bachelorette,
Mhm.
and it's only on during certain times of the year.
People cheering in the back of the room silently.
And I watch American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
do with one of my friends who we've been doing it for 10 years because she was super into it, and I was like, I watched it when I was a kid, and then we watch it and we cook meals and we watch it.
Cool.
We watch the singers.
I mean, you can always do like a season's worth, and then when a new season comes back.
I'm like, do I have to deep dive into more reality TV? Oh no.
the horror.
Do I have to go back and watch all 3 seasons of Flavor of Love?
Yeah,
Maybe.
It's
that's a
historical
show.
research.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun if, like, in the off seasons of those 2,
I'm so sorry. Siri.
What?
Shut up.
That's okay.
like in the off seasons of those, you went back and you did classic reality TV.
Oh.
Oh, surreal life and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, surreal.
Like the real world.
Yeah.
The real world. New York. That's hard to say. The real world.
Road rules. Reality.
Rules.
No,
Yeah. All those cool 90s shows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I think that in the way that 30 Morbid Minutes is ultimately a study in human nature,
Mm.
those shows are exactly that.
Oh, definitely. But also, like, I just feel like you have to have, like, you never see anybody on those shows really who you're like, they're so sweet. I love them. It's
Mm.
always like narcissists.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I could never go on one of those shows. I could never be on one of those shows.
I would want to go on and play a character,
Yeah.
and no
Yeah.
one would know.
Yeah.
My girlfriend watches Married at First Sight, and
I've
just the
never seen
people
that
on that
one.
show, I get it. They need a paycheck. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, show up.
Maybe
and-
I should go on that show. I need a paycheck.
There's
Maybe I
some
should go on that show.
There's some stuff I've watched, like I watched Indian Matchmaking,
Mm.
which was like, you're kind of getting a voyeuristic view into a world that maybe you are outside of, but at the same time, you're hopeful for these people, and also the same with like Love on the Spectrum,
Mm.
I
which
started watching that because I see this one girl on TikTok all the time.
Oh, really?
And
Who?
Abby.
Abby, yeah,
That's-
she's so sweet.
Yeah, she's very
She's
sweet.
so sweet. There's
I
one
see her on
point
TikTok.
she just kind of out of the blue asks somebody like, "Do you like Mike Myers?" And I'm like, Abby, I do. Well,
They
they
didn't say yeah, baby.
certain Mike Myers. Yeah,
Yeah, baby.
yeah, Abby. Yeah.
Did you watch The Ultimatum?
No.
That's a show about like 6 couples who are about to get engaged or they want to get engaged, and then like one of them then they like date each other in the group. And then they
Oh.
live with a different person in the group, and then they go back to living with their SO, and then they have to decide whether they're going to stay or break up. It's a psycho show. It's crazy.
I mean,
And I
anything for
binged it
love.
all in one night.
I don't want to sound judgmental, but I feel like you have to have a certain value assigned to your relationship to be
Right.
willing to go and do
Oh, yeah.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like maybe
Yeah.
the fact that you'd even do that show is indicative of
Well, one couple did it, right? And then at the end of like the whole thing, they got back together. They got married on the show.
Mm.
And then there's a reunion episode that they had right after, and she came out pregnant. I said,
Oh.
"This is insanity."
So it works then.
Work for them.
That's what I'm hearing. All
Work
you
for
need is
them.
one couple.
yeah.
All you need is one.
So.
Also, it's hosted by Nick Lachey and his wife.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Okay.
I've seen stuff for this.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry to railroad this with
No, people want these
No,
Lindsay
reality.
hot takes on
You
this
know,
stuff.
Nick Lachey's not brought up enough, so I'm
Yeah,
fine with
you're
that.
right. He's
That's
in
a
his
quote
day.
from Nick
Yeah,
Lachey.
exactly.
Nick
Quote,
Lachey's
no,
not brought
Drew
up
Lachey or
enough.
whatever his brother is.
Wow, I think you might be
You
right.
are
I
right.
Am I
didn't
right?
know
You are
his name.
You
Oh
are
my-
100% right. I can confirm.
Drew Lachey. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't watch too much reality. Like I was that guy watching all the Arrowverse stuff. Like
Oh,
that was
see.
me.
The Arrowverse?
The
Yeah.
CW,
The CW
superhero
show. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never got into that, though.
I'm a comic book like
I mean,
DC
yeah, I
guy,
get it,
so
I
I
get
can't
it.
help it. But yeah, and again, girlfriend, like I watch tons of RuPaul now.
Oh,
Just
cool.
because
That's
it's
cool.
so, thank you. It's so interesting, and I have my favorites, and I get mad when Rue messes up and abuses her power. Whatever. But yeah, reality, it's such a trip. I couldn't imagine like producing or working or.
Oh, no, I
Doing
would
anything.
never want to.
No.
No.
And editing is what to me would be the nightmare
Yeah.
of sifting through all that footage
And because I think
without
that
parameters.
nearly all the steps in working on a reality show production is manipulating people, and that's not something I want to do.
No.
I just want to make fun of them afterwards, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
The Last Laugh is like reality or manipulation, but I mean, there's so many cameras going at one time and
Oh yeah.
all that footage. Like, there must be just a vault of just footage, unused footage, just chilling.
Yes, unused and unusable.
Yes.
That show was an endeavor and something that when that show first came into discussion of do we make this, the original pitch was pre-pandemic, and it was like dating it. I think it was maybe 2018, and the idea was we'll film it in Funhaus, and it'll be some people from Funhaus, some people from Couch Up, some people from Sugar Pine 7, and Kind of Funny, I think.
Oh.
So that's an indication of like how things changed from the inception to when that show actually got made. Is but I also look to stuff. Oh gosh, there was a show that I was just gonna mention. You guys keep going. I'm sorry. I there was something that I was gonna mention a show, but now
I'm
can't
fine
think of
sitting
it.
in silence until you figure it out.
I was just gonna say, wow, that sounds like that started a long time ago. That idea, because I'm like, okay, well, when do you actually film the first season? It was early 2020.
It's February 2020.
Yeah,
and it was so.
And I had already been at Funhaus for 4 months by then. There was no more Couch Up.
No, and the idea of let's cram all these people in this tiny space together.
Yeah,
it was like mid-February, so it was right on the precipice.
Oh yeah.
And then after we were like, what were we thinking?
Well, because we didn't really know.
No, we didn't.
And one day we won't know again. We'll just be like, this is normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys have this idea of not to go back to the pandemic and get all depressing, but still, let's go back. Like, was your 2020s going to be fantastic? Did you have?
I fucking bought an iPad with LTE because I was like, I'm going places.
Yep.
I went nowhere.
Yes.
And then I just had to pay on it monthly.
No.
Yeah. I bought it at Best Buy on the credit.
Like James and I, my husband, we had decided 2020 is going to be the time that we take off time and we travel, and it's not, oh, we went to this place for work and so we're tacking on a few days. It's like we're going to plan a trip, and it's just going to be a trip that we take that is just a trip, and we're going to do that maybe a couple times.
Yeah.
And that obviously didn't happen. But things didn't get as bad for other people. So
yeah. And there was a moment, there were actually in February, I was like, wow, I don't have like anything planned this year. And I was getting kind of bummed out. I was like, I really need to plan something. So I started planning a big Vegas vacation with my whole family. And then and we had like booked all the rooms. We did everything because like, we're all going to go. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, we're all going to work from home for 2 weeks. And then another month went by and another month went by. And I was like, just the way it goes.
I was going to meet Mario. I was going to go to Nintendo World Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I'll meet him at Universal Hollywood.
Yeah.
Whenever
he'll be there
like,
soon.
What, next year? Or something like that?
Next year. And you know, you could still go to Japan soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner now than before.
That's where, not to get topical, that's where Ezra Miller's hiding out. So
oh gosh,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, they're on a rampage. Huh?
Right. Yeah. Oh, that poor country. But yeah, no, I remember like I saw Rory Scovel and I was like, ooh, let's do this. I'm ready. I was gonna go see Silver Sun Pickups. I was gonna go to ATX. I was gonna do all these things, and then, I guess I'm doing none of it. Okay, that's cool.
A lot of introspection.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of thinking, like buying equipment that I didn't need. Bought lenses.
I bought stuff.
Yeah.
One time I was like so down in the dumps and I was on Amazon and I was like, I want a Nintendo Switch and I want the Oculus.
Yeah.
The Quest 2. And I bought them both.
Oh no, I remember that.
This is like October of 2020. I was like, I need it.
Yeah,
It was retail therapy, and I needed it.
I guarantee you deserved it too.
I needed
Even if
it.
you didn't feel like you needed it, you deserved it.
I already had a Switch.
I
bought the
rewind.
Animal Crossing
Oh,
one. I bought the
I
Animal
mean,
Crossing one.
That's a limited edition
It
one.
was,
So
and it finally came back in stock. I said I want it,
yeah.
so I bought it.
We got pieces for a new podcast set like February 2020.
Oh,
Remember
right.
the panels, the light panels and stuff?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Anyways.
those were the days. Hi guys.
The unknown.
Listen.
But it's just 2 weeks anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
And I mean, we're still in the infancy of RTX, but I'm really curious to see how it feels and the vibe this weekend, because we're definitely it's a truncated.
It's truncated.
You know,
I know we're I think being safe. Or at least I know that we are personally trying to be safe about being here.
yeah.
But yeah, I just hope that everybody will have a good time.
With a lot of the COVID stuff, restrictions going on and getting,
Yeah.
all that stuff, I was like,
what's that?
okay.
Oh, did you not? It's for the Clear app.
Did you not?
No one
Tell
You
asked
them
still
me
you
have
for
to
it.
share your app again when you come in again.
At least
No
I'm
one
going to have to have you go outside,
Oh.
please.
But we still have more podcasts to do.
No, you got to go outside. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
No one asked me.
Yeah.
It's at security.
I'm good for it.
We're talking about these little green bracelets on our
Oh,
I mean, it
wrist
also, green's my favorite color, so that's why
Me
probably
too.
I'm like,
I like green a
hell
lot.
yeah. But yeah, no, just hearing that, I'm like, okay, all masks all the time, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it? Do you? I know, and again, I know it's early in the convention, but are people like walking up to you, like taking a photo? How are you feeling with selfies or huggies or anything like that?
I'm not hugging. I
No.
haven't been hugging anybody.
Yeah.
I've taken a couple pictures, and I'm doing the hover hand where I'm like,
the Keanu hover.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing hover hands.
Keeping my mask on.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mask is on.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I have no problem greeting people, saying hi, and talking to people.
Nice. And for again, not much going on, but I did want to touch on the Among Us video you guys did, the real life.
Oh, the real
In
life.
real life?
I know. I don't know. I don't know how cool Among Us is, but I know streamers are still doing it.
Are
but-
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
there's streamers who are here at this event who host Among Us events.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's employees at our company who host
Oh,
Among
no.
Us events.
I mean, of course I knew.
No, but is there any kind of something like that you guys want to do now that everyone's back in the office and?
Well, I mean, in that vein, we're doing bigger productions. I think almost monthly now. They do take longer to produce, but we're trying to do more. I guess live action would be a way to describe it. Stuff that's just not us sitting in front of the computer playing a game. I produced a scavenger hunt video last year.
was
That
just
was
thinking
so
about
fun,
that.
and it was a thing that just never got approved by a sponsor. So
It didn't
but
see the light
it
of
went.
day.
We did it from start to finish, and then they just were like, "Never mind."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did the Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes from a moving
Oh,
van.
yes,
moving
yeah.
van.
Which
Yeah.
I think we would love to do many more things
Yeah.
from a moving
I
van.
know. Right?
We've got the van.
We've got the van.
We should do more
is that,
stuff.
Is
from
that
the
your
van.
Should
guys'
figure out what to
personal
do.
van?
It's like
the company
a
van?
company,
It's
not Funhaus. Like we can't just be like, let's
Oh,
pack in the van, everybody.
Yeah,
we have to
road
reserve.
trip.
I think we have to
Yeah.
reserve it
Oh,
and
okay,
to
okay.
use it, but it's accessible to us.
Okay.
We should just do an outing though. Like reserve it and then be like, we're going to the beach.
Oh, we should. We could have
Or-
driven it here.
I mean, yeah, here McDonald's order where
Oh my gosh, we
So-
did well. The McGang.
Yeah.
Now that John Smith, I don't know how familiar you are with.
I'm very yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say
I
I'm very
apologize.
knowledgeable. I don't know why.
Well,
I love that.
you know, John Smith. He moved to Korea for a
Mhm.
time, and then he moved to.
Kansas,
Kansas City?
Yeah.
But now he's back.
He's back.
The McGang is in
McGang
full
is back.
force.
Mhm.
We haven't even considered that.
We haven't even. McGang trip.
We should.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
Make
2022, 23.
No, this year. We don't have to wait till next year. We'll do it when we go
next
back.
Month,
Yeah, let's do
next
it.
month. No. Oh, okay. Nice.
Once we're all
Thank
cleared
you
of
for
communicable
facilitating that.
No,
diseases.
I'm an idea guy. You guys take the ideas, do whatever you want. I don't need any credit. I don't need any financial anything. Just have fun. That's
What
all
else
I
you
ask.
got?
Yeah.
We're dry.
But for the people at home who would like to keep up with everything that you guys do online, where can they find you?
Well, I'm, a producer and talent for the Funhaus channel, the YouTube Funhaus channel. And I'm on Twitter at Linsbot _ I think. And I should stream.
I was just going to say, why aren't we getting that WoW content, Lindsay?
Shut up. Nobody wants to watch that.
Lindsay and Jacob, wow.
Lindsay and Jacob, wow. That would be really fun.
That's what you call the show.
Yeah, the Lindsay and Jacob wow.
The Wower.
Wow.
The Lindsay and Jacob Wower.
Oh, the Wower Hour?
Wower Hour.
I mean, you can try like a Friday stream, see how
I
that
know.
goes.
I really should.
People
Last
love
time I
it.
streamed was with Jacob.
What's your Twitch if people want to follow
Linsbot.
it to Linsbot?
Yeah.
You follow it now
Nice.
because you might never know when
you're going to get the Wower Hour. Elyse.
I'm at Funhaus too, almost every single day on youtube.com/funhaus.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to 30 Morbid Minutes wherever you get your podcasts every single Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for chatting
you.
with
Thank
me.
you.